minute until midnight. I'm just wondering where you at. Just thought I'd call and wish you good night. I left my key under the mat. I don't get anything done, you're stuck on my mind. I keep on missing your touch, missing your vibe. This feeling might go when I say what we had. Won't you come on over? Don't you miss me too? Give it all you got, babe. Give it all you got, baby. I'd rather try than lose you. Give it all you got, baby. Give me all you got.
Welcome, free live tarot readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I do the readings and stuff. Welcome, Renee. How are you doing? Megan, how are you doing? Eve's channel, Liz, CM, and Tammy, and Bartman. How's it going, everybody? It's Tuesday night. We survived a Monday. We made it towards Tuesday. Christmas week. It is really slow. It's really slow. Julia, hey, how you doing? How is it going? Great song. Who is that? That is, I have no idea. I'd have to go to that screen. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I have about 100 songs that I queue up, and it picks randomly. So it's a random song out of my 100 songs. Anyway, what's going on? Jessica, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Boo Boo, welcome. How are you doing on that? Has A cheated on me while he's been away? If yes, is it with C? Okay, let's see about that. Let's see about A and C. We're missing the B. No B, but that's okay. We C. Let's go for it. Oh, I need to fix the camera. The camera needs to. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. What's a good he be cheating deck? I'm thinking the Modern Love Tarot. I think everything. By the way, Ethany shipped me 2 Modern Love Tarots. Apparently, there's a problem with the distribution, and they're shipping too many of these things out. So several people got 2 decks. I got a what looked like a form letter for give me back my deck. I accidentally shipped you 2 of them. So I don't know. Clarity in the cards. Liz, how are you doing tonight? What is going on? Lily, how are you? It's good to see you as well. All right, he be cheating. We're going to do the Modern Love Tarot with all that good stuff. Let's see what's going on. Love the shelves. That is the Tarot Tower, by the way. If you don't have one, you can make one for only $20. I got a video that shows you everything you need to know. If you need to know something, my video will show you what it is. I got design schematics and all that good stuff. All right. Let's see how that is going. He be cheating. We'll get a Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and 10 of Swords. Well, the relationship is on the brink. We got that. So something's happening with this relationship where it's not exactly the most stable one. Indeed, I do have the Ten of Swords, and that is a bit of a cutting action. If you've read my books, watched my videos, the Ten of Swords is a cutting action. Normally, you wouldn't look at that as sort of a, sort of an ending of anything or sort of a termination of a relationship or whatnot, but it is next to the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So basically it sort of means that they're not necessarily cheating, but they're in the process of sort of peeking around. By the way, entertainment purposes only. They're in the process of sort of peeking around, looking around, window shopping and whatnot. You see sort of that with the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups says that we need some new possibilities. The relationship that we're in is sort of getting a bit stale. Cappy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Kristen, hello. Mara, thank you for your donation as well. Four of Pentacles says we're holding back a lot of stuff. We're holding back emotions. We're not really prepared at this point to sort of be a giving or anything like that. It seems there's a lot of different things that have collapsed in the bridge known as the relationship, or at least it's sort of unstable at this point. So it feels really sort of awkward sometimes. It just doesn't feel like where everybody is comfortable. It's not going hugely well. Page of Pentacles says we have the stability of the house is more like a tree house at this point. A lot of the stability has been lost. We're not really sort of moving further in it than we need to go. But the Page of Pentacles says we have a loss of stability. We're sort of doing a little bit of window shopping. We're not as giving, we're not as sharing as we have been before, so we're not as communicative as we have been before, and just sort of everything is sort of stalling out and being a little bit more stale. And the Ten of Swords says you're kind of headed towards just a breakup at this point if things just don't improve. So working on improvement will help it a lot, of trying to get some communication going. Trying to get people to be, trying to get this person to be more sharing and better communication. I think it's going to be a key point here. Otherwise, the Ten of Swords look like things are just going downhill at this point. But that is just what the cards say. But I don't see any cheating. I just see sort of a window shopping. Cheating, you would see something like the Seven of Swords or the a movement card, maybe a third party like a Three of Cups or something like that. Just don't see any of that there. So, there we go. All right. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Jessica has tonight is cheating. Tonight appears to be the cheating night. Any potential between me and the Pisces man? Mara wants to know about a Pisces man. Patty, what is going on? Jessica, how are you doing? The Magician wants to know if there's a list. Magician, there is no list. Donations take priority, and then I pick at random. Magician, it's good to have you, by the way. I am a magician as well. So, there you go. There we go. We have two magicians now. Not just one, but two magicians. All right. Whoa. Cappy wants to know, Aquarius, same interest as before. Let's see about that and see how they do it. Same interest before, more or less. We need to gauge. We have the Capricorn gauge meter. The Capricorn meter, see how that's going to go by using the thought. The thought will give us a nice little Capricorn feel there. Saint, please post your question if I have time, and I like the question. I will read it. Donations are priority, obviously. And then post your question, though. If you have an interesting question that I want to read, I might read it. All right, let's see. By the way, if you're new here, I just did this 30 seconds ago, but we'll do it again. A couple more people join. There is no list. Donations take priority, and then I pick at random. Please post your question if it's interesting. I might read it. I might indeed. Tuesday is our slow night, so we should have some gaps in here somewhere to do all sorts of fun stuff. Whoops. And take the thaw thing off. Okay. So where are we going with this gauge? We have the Aquarius gauge. Is it going to be Is it going to be greater? Is it going to be less? Like, what is going to be happening in there? As far as interest goes, we have the moon sort of satiated with interest, about the same sort of level that we had before. I think they're in a little bit of a lonely spot where they do feel lonely. They do feel like they need some more companionship. They need somebody that's going to be around. They sort of need that at this point. They do feel like that they're just sort of alone in the world, and you know, a lot of times they just feel lost. They don't feel like that they have anybody sort of there to guide them and whatnot. I do think they're ready for a change, right? The Death card, we are ready for a change. We are ready for something that's going to be a little bit different than our normal day-to-day routine, and that's going to be sort of an opening there. So you have more of an opening with this person during the holidays, I think. I think you're Aquarius. During the holidays, they really sort of get in that love spirit where they just want somebody to be around. They want a little bit of love. They want a little bit of companionship and whatnot. So you sort of feel that, right? The barren background of the Queen. The Death card, I'm really sort of looking for something new, something a bit more exciting. And it's just seeking some stability, seeking some wealth, seeking somebody that's going to be there that provides us with all the benefits that we normally would have around the holidays and whatnot. I think this person is very holiday centered when it comes to sort of relationships and, you know, being around people, and they hear all the holiday music and it gets all in the mood, and you want somebody to sort of be around you and whatnot. I think they're sort of in there, but there you go. Kristen has a final exam. Cheryl, how are you doing, Cheryl? It's good to see you. Mara wants to know, me and the Pisces man. Me and the Pisces man, Mara. Let's see about that. P-man. See about the P-man. Sarah, welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Why did the Scorpio delete me on Instagram? You have another girl? He'd be back and regret I'm a Capricorn. Okay. All right, let's see about Mara's question. Mara had a pretty good question here. We have not used the Tarot of the Divine today. I do want to get that done. I've been so freaking lazy the past week. Man, I've been lazy. I got my book started though, so I'm not really sure what to do about the Tasty Tarot. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna hit cancel on it, but people keep coming in and donating at the last minute, so I'm not really sure what's going on with it. I don't know. I'll probably cancel it tomorrow. I'll just cancel the Tasty Tarot. Move on to the next project. The Thoth Tarot is going to be out here. I think my biggest concern is I don't like to fail. But that's just me. I don't like to fail. I think I'm just going to hit cancel on it and come up with a really good excuse. You know what I mean? A really good excuse. I have the golden excuse of a lifetime. Butterfly, thank you for your donation. Cheryl, thank you for yours as well. Let's see about that. Mara, the P-man, is going to be a thing. 3 of Wands, 8 of Coins, Queen of Coins. Yeah, not so much. Not so much. I mean, the 7 of Coins, I think that you have something here that could be a pretty good friendship. I think you have something that could be a friendship that could move into something later, but it's just it's one of those things where it could be good later, but it's definitely not good now. The Pisces just seems to be a little bit distant. I mean, it just seems to be where they're not really on this tight connection with you and whatnot, but it just feels like that there could be a lot more potential here than what is there. Some of this is sort of you reaching out and trying to make the potential rather than the potential being there. The 7 of Coins, I'm trying to sort of make this happen. I'm forcing this to happen a little bit, you know what I mean? And just sort of 7 of Coins says, let's sort of put it aside. Let's sort of make it happen. 3 of Wands as well says, I think that you really are looking for somebody. I think this is a time in your life. This is a time where you need somebody. I think you need maybe the Pisces. I think the Pisces has a lot of different things that are attractive to you. And it's something where you're looking for somebody at the moment. The 3 of Wands, I'm looking out of the distance and all of that. I'm trying to find the good stuff, trying to find something nice. 8 of Coins as well says, I think that you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to make a relationship happen. You're willing to sort of get all these things sort of coordinated and whatnot. And finally, the Queen of Coins says, I mean, the stability could be there, but it's just not right now. Basically, put them on hold. keep them around, you know, and just sort of keep that thing going. But right now it's a bit rough. Later has a lot better possibilities, indicated by the 7, right? The 7 is working towards something for a later date. And because you're working for that and all of that, I think that's going to be pretty good. All right. But definitely not now. Just sell it on Etsy. Yeah. Well, I guess I could. How many finals do you have in the semester? Put me on saying complain about school. Okay. Cheryl's MA in Tesla. Necessary good for me. All right. Let's see about that. Cheryl wants to know. MA T-Sol. Is that going to be a thing? Kristen, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Cheryl, let's see about you by using a little bit of the fun tarot over here. The Hermetic tarot. You know? It is fun indeed. It is fun indeed. All right. Let's see how that is going to be going on there. All right. Is the MA necessary? Is this going to be necessary for your success? The Queen of Cups. A little bit of that. The 8 of Wands. Temperance. I don't think so. No. I mean, I don't really think so. 8 of Wands points to just this movement. It feels like you want to move in that direction, but the Queen of Cups says it's more of a, just sort of an emotional hook or something that feels like, it's more like, in other words, it feels like it should be necessary, or it feels like something that could be a possibility. So it just feels like that it should be good. But is it good? Temperance says no. King of Cups says no. It doesn't feel like you sort of need that, right? It's almost like that you have a disconnect between reality and sort of where you're feeling on this, or where your intuition, your emotions are going. 8 of Wands and the Queen of Cups, again, we have that emotional pull to it, but in practicality terms, is this going to be something that's going to be hugely beneficial for you, whatnot? Temperance says the mix is not there. The process of doing that is not there. It's just not something good that's going to be worthwhile. Temperance reverse sort of with that. The King of Cups as well says at the end, we're just not going to be content and happy with sort of where we're at if we try for this, if we go for it, if we just steamroll it and get to the end. So yeah, it just doesn't look like it. It looks like more of an emotional pull than anything else. All right. Let's see about the next one. Butterfly B. Is K's current thoughts towards H? All right, let's see about that. K plus H. BB wants to know. K plus H, is that going to be a thing? Is that going to be a thing? We got muffins. By the way, the store was out of stock of the muffins that I like. So I got a second place muffin. We're going with second place muffins today. Hopefully they work out. They're blueberry instead of banana muffins. So hopefully they don't give me a heart failure and I go to the hospital. So not sure about the blueberry. I'm assuming it's made from the same ingredients. I have not checked, but I'm assuming it's very similar, if not exactly the same as the banana, except it's blueberries. I don't know. We will see tomorrow. If I don't stream tomorrow night, then you know I died from the blueberry muffins. So there you go. All right. Let's see. B plus H. Let's see how that is going to go. Sorry, K plus H. All right, K's current thoughts towards H. This is going to be good. 2 of Cups. Looks very good. Looks fantastic. Ooh, this is one of the best readings. I mean, if you're looking for that. Jen, welcome. Kolziah, welcome tonight. How's everybody doing? It's good to see you. Robin Friedman, hello. How are you doing? I like how you choose what cards. It's all random, Liz. It's all random. So let's see about that. This is excellent. K's current thoughts towards H is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. We have the 2 of Cups, which points to let's get something going. I have some emotions out there. I have some feeling where I want to be connected with you. And I think this is something that could be important. The Queen of Cups, they're willing to reach out with not only just sort of physically, just sort of hello. They're willing to reach out emotionally. They're willing to open up emotionally. They're willing to do a lot of different things with that. Queen of Cups points to that emotional vulnerability that we're willing to get into, where everything is going to be great and everything is going to be invested. We're invested into this if it sort of gets started and whatnot. Darryl Apprentice, welcome. How you doing tonight? Ten of Pentacles is sort of the base card for a beautiful relationship or something that's strong, something that has the meat that you need to keep a love going. The Ten of Pentacles has it all. And finally, the Seven of Cups says that we have a lot of things in common that we just haven't discovered yet. This is a fantastic reading. I mean, this is beautiful. This is one of the best readings you can get for someone's current thoughts towards somebody else. So butterfly, that is the golden hour, as they say in photography. The golden hour right there for you with K and H. It is going quite well. D Dave, hola to you as well. All right, Kristen sent messages to Tyler and they want to know how they felt about it. Kristen, Tyler's messages, is that going to be a thing? Is that going to be a thing? Let's see about that. What's a good message? This might hurt tarot. I think that the this might hurt tarot indeed may be appropriate for this particular reading. Something tells me that was an interesting set of messages. I'm just saying. It's an interesting set of messages. Liz, I'm glad that you found me as well. Liz, did you know that money transforms on this channel? Liz, did you know that? Did you know that if you go out, Liz, if you go out and buy some tarot for Christmas, you only have $5. Liz, you only have $5. That's all you got. Sienna, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Liz, you only have $5. You need more. You need to buy some tarot. All you do, Liz, watch carefully. You just snap like that, Liz, and it becomes $100. That's a little bit more money. It's real. It's a little bit more. If you were here, I'd hand it to you. It's a little bit more money than what you had. So instead of 5, now you have 100, and it's all good. Tarot Apprentice, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Lala, welcome. All right, let's get back to the readings. Soul, welcome. How are you doing? Tyler's message, we sent him a message. I don't think it's the Magician, the World, the Two of Wands. I think that Tyler's in for a change. I mean, it is the Tyler's. How do you do that? It's called Extreme Burn 2.0. Google it. There you go. Just in time for the money trick. Bethany, welcome. How are you doing? Bethany is my first Kickstarter supporter, by the way. Bethany is the super Kickstarter supporter. All right. 5 of Swords, the World, the Two of Wands. All right. Let's break this down. Let's break it down, Kristen. All right, break it down. Not like MC Hammer. Not like MC Hammer, but let's just break it down like tarot, break it down. All right. So the Magician says that you had to send the message. You didn't really have much choice. You needed to send that message. It's one of those things where it was sort of, it was time to do that. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The Magician said it was time to send this message. Definitely was. The 5 of Swords says a lot of times, the communication could go wrong. They could take it the wrong way. You could misword something. All of a sudden, they just, have a different reaction than what you had expected and whatnot. The 5 of Swords says sometimes we take things the wrong way. Sometimes we're sort of iffy about, how to interpret things. The World says overall it came across as productive. What you wanted to do, what you wanted to see, how you wanted to go, that is going to be the way that it ultimately worked out. So it's good that you sent it. It's going to work out well in the end. The World is a fantastic resolution of whatever sort of is going on. The Two of Wands says that Tyler sort of understands that they need to change something. So they do have a little bit of a change coming as far as that's concerned. So it's about time for a change. It's about time for Tyler to change a little bit, to clean house, to get the broom and get a good sweep and a mop, like I did in fast food. Sweep and a mop. T.O., can you get a sweep and a mop before you go home? That's with the fast food. Oh, my fast food days. You know, I had a lot of weird stuff in the fast food days, including do you believe in the double cheese and all of that stuff. That was some wild times, I gotta say. I don't go somewhere. If I'm gonna work a job and it's like a job that I don't like, I'm gonna make as much wildness in the location as I possibly can. All right, CB, not Citizen Band, CB. Aqua Reconcile. Is this a thing? Is this a thing? I don't know. Break it down. Indeed. Oh, let's see about this. Have we used my deck yet? Have we used my deck yet? I'm officially sold out of everything except for the ebooks and e-products. Yeah. I'm officially sold out of everything on the Etsy. So we need to get more stuff up there. We're writing a book. I'm going to be writing a book. That's going to be available. We're going to have the Thoth Tarot, the Tasty Tarot. I change my mind every 5 minutes on it. I mean, I don't know at this point. I am gonna reprint this with some changes near the end of 2021. So I got about 9-10 months, and I'll reprint this thing. And I got a lot of changes I want to do to it. A lot of little tweaks that I need to be happy. I need to be happy and whatnot. Okay, let's see how this is going to go. Go to college. Well, a lot going on. Indeed. The Aqua Reconcile or not. Hierophant, Empress, Strength, Page of Wands. I think we have a very big investment by one person and not much of an investment by the other. I mean, I think that you're looking for reconciliation, but it's sort of an empty vessel at this point. I think now may not be the best time. Page of Wands says don't really work really hard at it. Don't think that this is going to be a huge possibility that if I work hard, if I just constantly sort of, get with the person and try to reconcile with the person and constantly spend a lot of mental energy, that maybe they're just going to come around. It's just not happening. Strengths are sort of put up with how the situation is right now. You have more of a possibility later than now. I think later is going to be a good possibility, but right now just sort of looks a little bit tepid as far as the temperature goes. I mean, as far as reconciliation, everything is a bit too fresh, right? Empress says sort of be comfortable with you. Be comfortable where you're at. Be comfortable with going further with other relationships, other possibilities. Don't just hang your hat on this particular relationship because it just doesn't have a lot of beef to it. Hierophant, indeed says things are still too fresh. It's a little too in there. I think that they sort of moved on in a lot of different aspects. Mama Bina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, it feels like that I wouldn't just invest a lot into this. So give it some time, let it sort of stale out, let it get forgotten, and then we can sort of move forward from there. But right now it's a little too much. Okay. And it says that you're thinking about it a little too much as well. So there you go. It's like, at least that's what it says. TNA wants to know, R and J, is that a thing? Let's see about that. That's Colors artwork. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. That was made in watercolor, by the way. Okay. Oh, let's see, the Tarot in Wonderland. That's the wrong button. I'm looking at the wheel. The golden wheel for R and J. It is reconciliation night. Everybody wants a little of their hearts, a little of that love, That's what you need. I want a t-shirt that looks like the Waterfall Tarot. Sunshiny day. Let me know what card you want. I can put a t-shirt on Teespring for you. Teespring will print you a t-shirt. You let me know what card you want on there. I do want to make a cloth for the Waterfall Tarot. I think that would be cool. But I'd have to paint it. It would have to be a hand-painted cloth on a really big piece of watercolor paper. I think I could do that. That is quite a possibility. Only problem is you can't really do that digitally. You have to sort of do it the hard time. All right. Oh, let's see about that. Woke up like a Pop-Tart today. No eye boogers. Ew. All right. R and J. Is it going to be a thing? Devil, Page of Wheels, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Not so much. Not so much. Okay, first off, the Ace of Swords being reversed is we really don't want to talk to them. I mean, it's something where they really just don't want to talk to them. It could be they're coping. It could be they don't want to deal with some particular things in there. That Ace of Swords being reversed as the communication is just not there. You definitely need some communication if they have some thoughts about them. It is also, obviously, swords are ideas, learning, thoughts, and communication. So if you're looking for thoughts, we have a lack of them with that Ace of Swords being reversed. Second thing is the Devil. Again, if there was communication, if there was thought, if there's things, I don't think these two people blend very well. It seems that we have things working against us a lot of times. The Page of Wheels next to the Devil, if we do have stability, if we do get something that's going to be sort of nice foundation, a foundational thing moving in, it's going to be the foundation is going to be quite rocky because the Devil's next to it. The Devil is influencing that foundation as it gets built. And finally, the Queen of Wands is this more of a methodical, more of a logical thing. It could be maybe a 1-9 something quick, fringe with benefits, but it's more of a logical, thoughtful thing rather than an emotional connection and whatnot. You just don't see any emotions, don't see any hearts, don't see any cups, don't see nothing in here that would indicate this emotional bond for that. But yeah, it just doesn't look like it doesn't look very good. Not very good at all. So thoughts being reversed is the end of that. All right. Sunshiny day. They keep reorging. Can you tell me what they see now? We got a reorg update. A reorg update. This is so accurate. Well, it's good I'm accurate. Tarot Apprentice, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you. Tarot Apprentice, I'm here every single freaking night too. Tarot Apprentice, I'm here every night for the rest of your life. 6:30 p.m. Central. And hit that like and subscribe button. I have 1,100 freaking videos. Name another channel with 1,100 freaking videos that does tarot. I'm just saying. All right. All right. Reorg update. So I'm coming out with a book as well that encompasses all 1,100 videos into one book, which is going to be quite intimidating to write. But I have done 4 pages so far, but each page is going to be massive. So making a page is quite a bit of work. I'm just telling you now. All right, Light Seers Tarot. Let's go for that one. Light Seers Tarot. Got the reorg. Man, they're making you nervous over there, Sunshiny Day. They are making you nervous. Ursula, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Man, Sunshiny Day is like nervous as a chihuahua at work at this point. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Shaking like a chihuahua when you go into work. You're like, am I going to get laid off today? Are they going to pull me in a room? They're going to say, Sunshiny Day, can you come in this room? And you'd be like, ah! It'd be like a Christmas party or something. You'd be like, oh, thank God. I thought you were pulling me in here to fire me. All right. You know, if they come up with you that sad face, that sad face, you know, that sad face when they got to lay off, they're like, wah, wah, wah. I'm sorry. Can you come to this room in the back here? It's just you, and I have a very sad look to my face, and I have paperwork in a binder so nobody can see what the paperwork is. Can you follow me, please? You're like, oh, shit. Let me tell you, if you're ever getting laid off, let me tell you the cues. Number one, I gotta clear my throat. Number one, they look like a family member just died. Number one, when they approach you, they have this expression like one of their family members just died. Number two, they're always carrying this binder, a little folder with paperwork in it. A little folder, it's got the paperwork in it, but they can't carry the paperwork because it's got your name and you're fired. So instead, they put it in a folder. So it's like a manila folder, and they're just carrying it around. That's when it's going to be a problem because they don't want anybody to see it. You know, spoiler alert, you're fired type thing. And the third thing is nobody else is invited to wherever the hell you're going. You know what I mean? They go, hey, do you have time to meet for just a minute? And they got their folder and they look like a family member just died. And they want you to follow them to the death room. You know what I mean? The death room is where you're going to get your paperwork handed to you and all that other stuff. So those are the indications. If you see any of those, there's probably a bad news coming. Patty Lewis, it's happened to me before. Yeah, it's happened to everybody. It's happened to the best of us. Okay. The best of us and the rest of us. All right, the reorg update. Let's see if we don't have the manila folder and the death stare. Nine of Pentacles is really good. Every time I read this, it always reads good. I don't think anybody's coming up there with a manila envelope anytime soon. A manila folder. Judgment. Oh, Judgment. Ooh, that's nice. And the World. You have nothing but positive cards here. I wouldn't sweat it. I'd just go ahead and wipe the sweat off your brow. And I think you're going to be okay. This is great cards. It's great cards. The Six of Swords, you're traveling. The Six of Swords, you're traveling in the boat. You know what I mean? But that's upside down. You're not going to be traveling to that little room in the back where they're going to lay you off. Six of Swords reverse says you're not going to take that little trip. The Nine of Pentacles says you got money. You got money. Nine of Pentacles it's the reward for hard work. This literally is the reward for hard work. You got it right here. I think you got the reward. I think you got the steadiness. Judgment says you do have other opportunities coming, but I don't think you're being forced into them. And the World says everything works out. This is the best ending to a reading ever, and you have it on your read. I don't think the reorg is going to hit you. I don't think the manila envelope is going to come out. You know, I think you're all right. Sunshiny day. I always give you good news. The card, you know what I mean? The cards could give you bad news, but they always give you good news. And those are some fantastic cards. It's not only good news, that's great news. So sunshiny day. I wouldn't sweat it. I wouldn't sweat it. Just wipe the sweat off the brow and go to work and be proud. Be proud of just rocking that place because it looks like you are indeed. Buttery muffins makes everything better. That's right. If they're going to lay you off, they need to serve buttery muffins. They need to serve buttery muffins if they're going to lay you off. That should be mandatory. They come with the manila folder and a package of buttery muffins. That would make, that makes everything better. And that would sort of throw you off a little bit too. You're like, wait a minute, are we going to a party? Is there a party? They've got cake. You know what I mean? Does anybody celebrate a layoff? Can you have when you retire, they give you a cake? When they lay you off, they should give you a cake, right? Right? They should give you a cake as the final sort of a thank you for all your hard work. All right. Mama, when to move? I think they should serve. When you retire, they give you a cake. When they lay off, why don't they give you a freaking cake? I mean, at least a buttery muffin. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm an innovator. I see problems and I want them fixed. I see gaps and I want them fixed. And having a cake for layoffs would be great. Maybe it could say, good luck. Maybe it'd be a teardrop shaped cake. It'd be a teardrop and it'll say, good luck out there in the wilderness or whatever. I don't know. What's the inscription on a layoff cake? Good luck out there in the wilderness. Sorry, you're fired. I don't know. We took your pension. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. Okay, when to move? Three of Wands. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking. The King of Cups and the Three of Swords. I think that answer is going to be provided to you. Mama, there's some event that launches you into the grieving room. That could be it. There's some event that launches you into that. Mama, you don't have to worry about it. Some event happens and it launches you into that space. Three of Wands says, look right now. Start looking. I'm assuming you're already looking. Figure out where you're going to go. The Three of Wands is the survey card. They're surveying the distance, They're looking and they're trying to figure out where they're going to go. So start looking. Definitely be looking. Definitely have all your options firmed up and ready to go. because the Three of Swords is a cutting card. It's almost like that an event happens that sort of prompts you to go, or like it's the last straw, or it feels like somebody booting you, or something happens with the Three of Swords, sort of getting prompted to go, right? The Knight of Cups, you want to find something that is emotionally attached, something that makes you happy where you're going to be going. And finally, the King of Cups, you just sort of be prepared for what's coming. There seems to be some event, be prepared for that and all of that. Okay, so you know, Mom Bear, it is the 22nd, Mom Bear. What the hell happened on the 21st? Mom Bear, you need to tell us. Welcome, Mom Bear. We've all been asking about it. You need to tell us what happened on the 21st. All right. Roseanne had a buck. Let's see, Roseanne, what was your question? Let's look at Roseanne. Roseanne. Looking at Roseanne. I'm scrolling. I'm looking around, seeing if Roseanne had a question. I don't see it. So let's go with D-Dave. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Okay, Amber. Next relationship, what will it be like? Amber, those are good. Next love, what is going to happen with all of that? Buttery muffin, the buttery layoff muffin. The buttery layoff muffin, you know what I mean? It's like, did you get laid off? Well, yeah, but I got a muffin. They served cake. I got laid off, but they served cake. It makes it all better. So you should maybe invite people to a layoff party. You know what I mean? Have a bunch of people, and you don't know you're being laid off because, you know, all these people are going to this room and have a party. You're thinking it's a party, somebody's birthday. No, it's your layoff party. I'm sorry, Fred. You got to go. Fred. You've been slacking off. You haven't shown up for the past 30 days. You smell really bad. We're going to have to let you go. All right. But, by the way, we got cake. All right, Mom Bear. What did Mama Bean, I think, much pretty house flood the same day we found out we had COVID. Oh, my God. That's terrible. All right. Ordering a cake now. See, that's what you need. There's only one butter. Okay. The next love. What is the next love like? What the nation should be like? Well, number one, it's a short one. We have the Three of Swords almost immediately, the breakup card. It feels like it's a bit of a short relationship. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a short relationship. The Three of Swords, you don't really want to see this in a relationship reading. It just says that it's going to be a short-term type of thing. Knight of Cups, though, says it is passionate and hot. It is heated and passionate. One of those hot, passionate loves where everything is going well, but then we have the breakup. When you think everything is going good, it seems that at the end of the day, it doesn't, It's like getting laid off. You have the layoff cake. You're like, yay, I got a job. And then you're like, boo! So it feels like the breakup comes too often, but it is hot and passionate with that Knight of Cups. That Knight of Cups is Mr. Romance. It is feeling great. No pun intended. The Page of Swords. I think it's one of those things where you just feel like that, hey, that was really intense and that was really fun. Bottom line is you don't really want that for a long period of time, especially this particular person. You don't want them around here for a long period of time. The Queen of Coins says they have a lot of fakeness to them. They have a lot of temporary aspects, a lot of temporary things to them to where you feel like, I'm not really sure about this one, but man, that was hot, So there you go. There's your next relationship. There you go. Samantha, welcome. How are you doing, Samantha? It's always good to see you. Let's see how that is going to go. D-Dave, what do you see work for me when, what type? D-Dave, let's see, about a job. D-D and the yob. Ooh, what is that? It's the jube. Apparently, it is me pressing the wrong buttons. D-Dave wants a job. Let's get you a job with the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Heaven and Earth Tarot is not a bad job. It's not a bad job thing. Just saying. Question. Creative. Roseanne, how are you doing? Business versus creative hobbyist. Creative business versus creative hobbyist. Oh, okay. Might do that. We see we're out of donations. Ask your question in chat, by the way. You were right about my week reading with Samantha. That's a good thing. Unless it's bad news, then that's a bad thing. Or unless you got laid off with a laid off cake, then that's a good thing because you got cake. Okay. Let's see about this, how that's going to go. I need to move that there. Okay. Oh, the job. If work, what type? Oh, geez. This is horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. And that's horrible. What? Okay. Yeah, it appears to be dry. It appears to be dry a little bit. A little dry as far as the jobs go. We have an Ace of Cups. I think that you make a connection to somebody that is going to end up being very profitable for you or being very advantageous for you in the long run. So definitely work on your networking. Make sure you have all those connections from any old places. You know people, you know friends and whatnot. Make sure those connections are tight because I think that's going to lead you to victory at the end. But in between, it feels a little rough. It feels a little dry. I think you are in a dry spell. I mean, it just feels like a dry spell right now. It's going to take a while to get over. You're looking at maybe a month, 2 months, or what have you, to sort of get through the dry spell. We do have a dry spell sort of lurking in between here, but we do have success at the end. This is the victory card. It is a success. I think it's tied to the relationship card. It's like a relationship ends up working out for that. Maybe you meet somebody and they have an opening at a job that you're talking about. Maybe you have a new friend. Maybe so any networking connections, any friends, any relationships that you can sort of ask about, and maybe they have something sort of may work out with that because of this connection here. But it is a bit dry in the center there. All right. Brought home dough-made dog treats. That's what I'm talking about. But did they have was it a buttery muffin dog treat? I'm just saying. Patty, thank you for your donation. Patty wants a raise. Oh, let's see about that, Patty. Let's see how that is going to go there. All right. Raise. How is it going to be? Is that going to be a rye? Christina, welcome. How are you doing tonight? So good to see you. Let's see about a raise for you with everybody's favorite, the Grimalkin Tarot. And this is one of the biggest tarot projects I think I've ever seen. The Grimalkin Tarot. It came with a 10 and a book for like $30. That was insane. That was insane. Great deal on the Grimalkin Tarot. And I love it. TF, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Gonna get a raise or not? My raise going through soon. Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Hierophant, and 4 of Pentacles. Yes. Not soon, but yes. It's going to be longer than you expect. We have the 3 of Pentacles. It's like they're not really working on that. It's like that they're just barely treading water in many ways. The company that you're at, the place that you're at, it seems like they're barely treading water as far as sort of your department is concerned. The 3 of Pentacles, we can't work towards that. Sam, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. It feels like we're really treading water for that. The Page of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles feels like, nah, not so much. The Hierophant, though, is when it comes in. The Hierophant, when they get everything organized, they get everything set. I think they fund the department a little better. It seems like that we have a little more money to work with. And the Hierophant says the company has more money to work with. And the 4 of Pentacles, they stop being greedy and they sort of let the money flow. So I do think you get the raise. Butterfly, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I think you get the raise. I think things go well. But yeah, there you go. I think you get it. It just takes longer than you had originally expected. TF, was the Pisces help me today via tech support? Was the in Pisces helping me today? Okay, TF, let's see about that. Tech support and a Pisces. So you got a tech support person. You're asking if they're a Pisces or not. I went out with this girl that worked tech support once. She called. No, I called her, and this was like when I was 18. So I called her. No, I think it was phone. No, yeah, I think it was phone sales. I was trying to sell something, and it was somebody that answered the phone. They sounded really cute, so I flirted with them for a minute. And turns out they lived like about 8-9 blocks away. So I ended up going out with them. It's kind of funny. I was selling stuff over the phone, and I met somebody. That's kind of weird. Normally they just hang up on me. Okay. That was long ago. That was back when I could eat stuff. That was long ago, back when I could eat real food. Okay. The in Pisces. So yes or no question was the in Pisces help me today via tech support. Yes or no? Temperance and Emperor and yes. 4 of Swords. Yes, absolutely. The Emperor says the tech support person called you. They know what they're doing. They had command over that stuff. The Temperance, it is indeed a Pisces, and it is somebody that you sort of blend with. We have that nice blend going there. And Judgment, I think that you were a little bit excited, or you sort of anticipated something coming out of it. So basically, yes. That is a COVID-19 muffin top. I mean, it could be. Lauren wants to know, what are the rules? Lauren, I'm glad you asked, because there is no list. Donations take priority, then I pick at random. There you go. There's no communication. No communication with someone. Okay, but basically, yes. All right. Will K and H reconcile in 2021? Let's see about that. Grand conjunction happened. I didn't feel it. Okay. Who is missing me? Okay. We were missing you, Samantha. That's who's missing you. All right. Yeah, I think we're ending soon. We're going to put up the ending soon sign. All right. Ending soon. Got a few readings to go before we go, though. Let's do the Nightmare Before Christmas, because it is indeed the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. Izzy Barrett, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Who is... Oh, what's the question? Who is missing me? There you go. Who is missing you? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Who is missing you indeed? Lauren, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I am. Okay. Let me know the rest of your question, Lauren. Who is missing you? TF, thank you again for another donation. I appreciate that. I kind of wasn't expecting. I was shocked. TF, okay. All right. Let's see how that is going to go. Who is missing me? 4 of Needles, a Queen of Potions, the Moon, and the Lovers. Somebody that you have been with before. The Lovers says somebody that you know, somebody that you've been with, somebody you have a previous relationship with that. The Moon, somebody you see or talk to or look at or think about on a regular basis. The Moon's a Cycles card. It points to who is in our life that we think about a lot, or we seem to be sort of thinking about, or sort of have on the mind or whatnot, and maybe even talk to a lot as well, right? So see who that is. So we need to see who that is. The Moon says somebody that's sort of regular on our mind, or regular in our life type thing. The Queen of Potions also says somebody that we still have emotional ties to. It feels like that we haven't worked out all the karma with this particular person as well. And the 4 of Needles, somebody that is delayed. Somebody that's resting. Maybe somebody that you're not actively contacting at the moment or whatnot. There you go. Lauren F., worried about the health. Should I be worried about the health? Okay. Oh, you're worried about your health. Gotcha. Okay. We will try that here in a minute. That would be entertainment purposes only, obviously. Okay, well, K and H. Okay, so BB, K and H reconcile. Is that a thing? Let me find out about that. Let's see about the K and H. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's go with the Poe. See what Poe has to say. I think Poe has a lot of good stuff to say. Poe. I mean, Eugene Smith. You know, if you ever watch my stream, which I know you don't, by the way, the artist that did this deck, I think that you should come out with a bright, colorful, pretty tarot. These dark decks, I don't think work well. I'm just saying. I think you did one. These really sort of dismal looking graphics, sort of iffy. Well, they're going to reconcile Ace of Wands. Okay. The Ten of Swords doesn't look good. Knight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. I think they get into a situation where they can, but they choose not to. Bottom line. They get in a situation where they can and they just choose not to. It feels like we just choose not to. The Seven of Pentacles, we could work at it. We could get in a situation where that could literally be possible, where we had some possibilities without that. The Knight of Wands, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of sort of building of that fiery aspect. But the Ten of Swords, we continue to leave it broken. We leave it broken. We don't really, we don't really get into that thing. So there you go. Yeah, the Ace of Wands again points out. We have all this potential. We have all this fire building up. We really feel like this could be a thing or whatnot. But at the bottom of the ninth, at the end of the day, we just don't. The potential's there. The desire is sort of there, but for either logistical reasons or emotional reasons, we end up just not doing that. All right, we got a ton of questions to go. Who's coming towards me in January 2021? Let's see about that. Izzy. Let's see who is coming your way with all of that good stuff. All right, Izzy. Let's see. Let's go for a little Anna K action. Tonight's Anna K night. It's always Anna K night. By the way, this is the oldest. No, this is not the oldest deck I have. This is the most used. Other than the Thoth, I think this was the most used for the past 10 years. All right, let's see how that goes. About that many. I don't know how many decks I bought this year. Probably. Well, no, I know the exact number I bought because I posted videos every time on them. So, there you go. All right. Coming towards me. Who's coming towards me in 2021? Oh, the Tower. I think you have somebody coming towards you, somebody headed your way that is very upsetting. They have a lot of interesting and sort of weird things about them. They have a lot of baggage that they're bringing in. They're a hot mess. They're just a hot mess. It feels like that they just have so much potential. We have all of these things that we could be doing, all of these bright, pretty future things that could sort of hovering around that could be possible. The world upside down, so it says that the hot mess is just the hot mess. They cause a lot of problems. They leave havoc in their wake. They end up cheating. They end up having all sorts of other issues. So yeah, you definitely want to not get attracted or not get too attracted, not get too addicted to that. The Tower, they bring cheating, they bring change, they bring disruption with them, and Daddy was coming towards you in January of 2021. There you go. The hot mess. Let's see. How do they feel about chatting with me? TF. We have a chat. TF. How do they feel about chatting? This year, if you're going to buy a lot of tarot, this year was the time to do it. You know what I mean? Other years, you'd have sort of okay at best tarot, but this year you had just a fantastic tarot followed by another fantastic tarot. So if you're gonna kind of just blow the money, you're just kind of gonna just do the big investment. This year was the one to do it. Last year, not so much. I mean, we had the Light Seers, we had a few other good ones, but Coco, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Lauren, do you ask another question instead? Lauren, do you want to know about your health, Lauren, or not? Lauren, I can do anything, but it's entertainment purposes only, no matter what the question is. So especially a health question. So Lauren, it's up to you. You ask the question you want to ask, and then I will do any preface statements that need to be done before all of that. So you let me know, Lauren, what do you want? Because you are next. Okay, so how did the end Pisces feel about chatting with me? I was shocked. There's no contact expecting him at all. I was shocked. How did they feel about that? Well, they're trying to build bridges. They're trying to build bridges. They also want you to know that they are changed. They're a changed person. They have a different outlook. They have a lot of different things that's going on. I think they're better for it, right? The Hanged Man has the enlightenment. They are also better overall person, and they have that good feeling about them to where they feel like they've changed a lot. 10 of Pentacles, they're coming in with a more superior way of doing things. I think that they've tweaked and optimized sort of how they've done things. I think that they're very intelligent and they have modified sort of how they approach things and whatnot. Ultimately, is this something that is going to be challenging if it gets started? Absolutely. It is going to be challenging, but at least they've made a lot of good progress. At least they sort of moved down the line. They moved down the line and made a lot of good progress, and that's going to be the main thing here. They're trying to build bridges. They're a better person than they were before, and again, they're trying to prove themselves. Not only that, but they're trying to sort of get something that's going to be good. Now, again, is it going to be challenging? Is it going to be challenging if you get into that? Absolutely. It's not going to be an easy ride. It's not just going to be a free ride through that. So there you go. Lauren wants to know if they're worried about their health. Let me see the actual question. Lauren, extremely worried about my health. Should I be worried? It's just something I'm feeling for the moment. Okay. Should I be worried? Is something okay. Well, the preface to that, by the way, the preface to Lauren's question is, of course, entertainment purposes only. If you're feeling bad, if you're worried about your health, if you're concerned about you and your body, you need to go see a doctor. A doctor is the best place for you to be. A doctor can definitely tell you 100% correct answer about your health or not. And I am just a tarot reader throwing cards down on the table, so I will give you my interpretation, but obviously this is not the substitute for going to an actual physician. Okay. You got to do all that because you don't want to be sued. TF, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see how this is going to go. Let's see how this is going to go. You never know what kind of ways we're going to go with this. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. Yeah, you have some challenges. You have some challenges for sure. You have a lot of 7s here. It feels like that you're getting ready for something else. It feels like your body's building up to something, basically, right? The 2 of Wands sort of shows that there is something that is sort of concerning you. You have a bunch of different concerns. Number one, it feels like almost like a hypochondriac feel sometimes, to where you have something small, but it's not really something huge, but you take it a little bit negatively. And a lot of other times, I think that you feel like you have some real issues. You feel like there's something sort of wrong. And I think part of that is your emotions. Your emotions are kind of dragging you down a lot of times. It feels like that. It feels like that the emotions are just sort of getting their way with you. So you find something, you look it up, and of course, if you look up anything on Google, it has all the worst possible outcomes. And so you sort of, get a little bit concerned about it. You're not really sure what to do about it and whatnot. But yeah, it seems like it's over-researched sometimes. Sometimes it's just emotional back and forth where it feels like a little bit almost uncomfortable and whatnot. But the 7 of Swords says definitely go and see somebody if you're having real issues with real problems, right? So 7 of Swords is sort of the walking card, the movement card. They're grabbing the swords, they're leaving with it. So it feels like that you maybe need to, if you're having real issues, definitely sort of see somebody, master the obvious. 7 of Cups says as well, again, there are multiple things. You're looking at him. This is the Lord of illusionary success. You're looking at him and your imagination runs wild sometimes with some things. So, you know what I mean? It just sees overthinking, being emotional, but yeah, there you go. But, obviously, if you're having real issues, definitely get it checked out. Okay. Cheryl, ESL teachers being phone interpreter. All right, Cheryl, let's see about that. Okay, so Cheryl has a throwdown. Cheryl wants a throwdown for ESL teacher and or going back to doing phone stuff. We don't need that. We need the throwdown sound. Where the hell?
Time for a tarot throwdown.
On the left, we have the official WWF throwdown. On the left, we have the ESL teacher. And on the right, we're going back on the phone. Going back on the phone. Going back on the phone says, survey says, ESL is a terrible. That's terrible. ESL's terrible. So phone wins. ESL's literally just awful. That's the worst thing I think I've ever seen. Every terrible card is right there with the ESL. So yeah, you can look at it, and that's a good thing about Thoth. Even if you don't know the meanings, you can look at it and go, ew, something's wrong. That's nasty. That's nasty, the ESL. The ESL, yeah, a lot of different problems with the ESL. The phone, steady work. It's steady work. We got strength. It's steady work. It's something that you're going to be able to sort of do. It is sort of an intermediary while you look for other things. We sort of recognize that with the cards, and but it's so easy. It's so steady, but you really don't enjoy it at all. But it is something that you can do and sort of just pay the bills with all of that stuff. But yeah, there you go. The phone wins. That ESO, that was really bad. That was really bad. All right. Okay. Coco S, true feelings and action. By the way, we're ending eventually. I thought we were ending soon an hour ago. We're ending eventually, though. CWS, feelings, true feelings, and action. Let's see about that. Yeah, ESL lost big time. ESL got just slammed. It's like when you watch the wrestling. You watch the WWF and somebody gets like one of the folding chairs you have in your garage. They get one of the folding chairs and they like beat the hell out of the other guy with it. That's what happened with the ESL. True Heart Intuitive Tarot, by the way. So I'm just saying. That's like the WWF wrestling where they slam a chair into somebody's head. That's how that went. Austin, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. For I'm Bad at Life 13. What did Bad at Life 13 do? I'm not sure what Bad at Life 13 did. Let's find out. We got to scroll up. After we do this reading, we'll scroll up and find out. Thank you, Austin, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Anyway, what is his true feelings? The Hanged Man, the King of Wands, the Eight of Discs, and the Tower. I think that they're really bad at relationships. They sort of have this feeling, the entertainment purposes only, by the way. I think that they're really bad at relationships. We want to do big things. We want to do grand things. We want to be the King of Wands. We want to get things going and get that excitement, get that passion, get all sorts of things sort of in there, right? But then we sort of bring in the Tower, and that's sort of bad news. And womp, 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 you know, a little bit of the Tower feel as we sort of get that done. Almost like they just have a big failure, a big F on their forehead, or an L. And the Tower says they're just not good at getting that going. They're willing to do a little bit of work to do that, though. They're willing to sort of, you know, get out there and do things and give it a try and give it a shot. But the bottom line, either they're inexperienced or they're just bad overall, or they just have habits that they have habits or addictions that could sort of interfere with a lot of different things. Sort of that's where you see the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man's sort of an interesting addiction card when you mix it with some of these other cards as well. So there you go. All right. TF, last one. Never be sorry, TF. It's so good to have you on the stream. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. All right. Do you see him contact me? I kind of want to marry this dude one day on a bumpy ride. Okay. TF. Marry this dude or not? Let's see about that. In the meantime, let's scroll up and find out what was that question that motivated Austin to donate there and to get it done. Okay, I don't see a question. So, I'm bad at life 13. Let me know what your question is. Worried about my son. Okay, never mind. I see it now. Okay, I'm bad at life 13. What about my son? Can I ask if he's okay? What is he up to? Okay. All right, I got it in the queue. We got it in the queue. In the meantime, let's go for another Eugene Smith deck with a Tarot in Wonderland. By the way, we're ending soon, but I am here every single night at 6:30 p.m. Central. Let's see how that is going to go. Really want to marry this dude. Not sure. It's been a bumpy ride. See him contacting me. Is that going to be a thing? Let's see. Page of Cups, the Moon. Okay, bottom line. I think that you have a lot of karma to work out with this particular person. You have a lot of karma. Roseanne, absolutely. You can roll over your IRA into tomorrow. That's fine. All right. You have a lot of karma to work out with this particular person, TF. Bottom line. And you feel that, TF. You feel it. You feel like you have karma to work out. You feel like the person needs to be in your life. And they will. They will. The moon says they're going to be there every night. Not literally, but they're going to be there in your life. They're not going anywhere, right? The moon says they're going to be in your life. They're going to be around for a very long period of time. Because again, you have karma to work out. You have some things to work out with that, right? Wheel of Fortune, though, says it may not be in a traditional aspect. In other words, maybe one of those weird things to where things sort of work out a little bit. Maybe you have a friends with benefits one day, or maybe you're just really good friends. Maybe you have this magical moment where you both go someplace and hang out and you have this sexual tension or something. It just feels like that you have some stuff going on, but it's not a normal relationship. As the Facebook tag says, you know, it's complicated for relationship status. It's complicated. So there you go. It just feels like that you're just not ready for anything traditional. We're not ready for anything that's going to be labeled as correct according to society. It's always going to be something a little bit off, a little bit unusual, but they're always going to be around, basically, right? High Priestess is just not that formal, not something really, really sort of, you know, not really sort of in that realm there. Anyway, there you go. All right, the last question of the night until we roll over Roseanne's. Till we roll over Roseanne's thing. The end of the year. All right, Eve's channel wants to know about the end of the year. Okay, so next week, basically. Okay, so, yeah, Roseanne, if you want to do that, let me know. Appreciate that. For Bad at Life 13, last question of the night, other than the rollover. I'm worried about my son. Can I ask if he's okay and what is he up to? All right. Entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. We are going to go with the Thoth. Get you just that accurate hit. That accurate hit with the Thoth. My past rib pain is back. Ooh, I love ribs. Get some barbecue ribs. Never should have rib pain, though. All right. What are they doing? How are they doing it? What are they doing? All right. They've had some rough times. They've had entertainment purposes only. They've had some rough times. Yeah. They've had some rough times. They've had ups, downs. They're on sort of this roller coaster ride, right? We have this bad ruin card where everything is sort of challenging sometimes. It seems like we're just getting into places we shouldn't need to get into. We're getting into a little bit of trouble. We're sort of doing all that stuff. But then we have these beautiful moments where everything is just working out and everything is sort of fun and exciting. And it feels like that things are sort of brewing and we have a lot of adventures to go on. And we have all this sort of built up tension and fun going on with that as well. Bottom line says that they're comfortable sort of where they're at and they're willing to sort of move into something different, something exciting, something with that. I think they have big dreams dreams, big dreams, where they just want to reach out and do things that nobody's ever done before. They want to just sort of have all of these great ideas. Some of them aren't going to work out. In fact, most of them aren't going to work out, but they just have these inspirational ideas. I think that's part of just being alive at this point. They're just excited about a lot of different things. They get excited, they get enthusiastic about it. Can they sort of accomplish everything that they need to be? I mean, no, not really, but the bottom line is they sort of feel that tension, they feel that excitement, they feel that adventure. I think part of that sort of bleeds over to the universe, where you just feel like that they're having their ups and downs. You feel like that they could be in trouble. Indeed, they could be. I mean, you do have the worst card supposedly in the deck right here, as far as, you know, having trouble having the roller coaster, but this is one of the great cards as well. So again, that roller coaster, the ups and downs, part of that life. And I think part of that is the need to experience things as is new, right? We need to experience the highs, experience the lows, so that when things get back to normal, when things settle down, we sort of have a nice place to sort of be. We have all these fun stories about this great time here and this terrible time over here, and we don't feel like that we missed out on life. I think that just living life as it is, extreme a little bit, that's okay, but living life as it is and definitely going on the adventure and having that sort of be a part of that. But there you go. All right. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here.